Episode 14 Perfect Wave. Tel Aviv's urban landscape just gained an impressive new feature, a massive artificial wave pool spanning the size of 3 soccer fields. It's located in the city's southern outskirts, with its opening celebration taking place recently as spring began. Surf Park TLV, the first artificial wave pool in Israel, now promises to deliver what nature cannot: perfect, consistent waves every 4 seconds, regardless of weather conditions. This isn't just another summer attraction, it's a technological marvel. The surfing lagoon is powered by 56 engines capable of producing 25 different types of waves, from beginner friendly knee high ripples to challenging barrels for professionals. The Spanish technology behind it makes this the ninth such facility in the world, and according to its creators, the largest and most advanced of them all. Prize winning surfers from Tel Aviv's surfing scene, including 23-year-old Noah Lilio, Israel's current surfing champion, tried the facility. It seemed that a consensus had been reached. Surf Park TLV isn't going to replace Sea Wave's spontaneity to make them completely redundant, but it is a great place to enjoy waves of machine precision and perfect professional wave surfing techniques. The project is the brainchild of passionate surfers turned entrepreneurs who have put in 15 years of efforts to get the city to provide them with the land and find the right investors for such a large-scale project. I was thinking about this recent addition to Tel Aviv's surfing culture as I was strolling along the beachside promenade, boasting 14 kilometers of golden sand beaches and mostly great surfing conditions. This just isn't enough for Tel Avivians who seem to always want more from life. Now, with an artificial wave lagoon, what seemed impossible until recently is now a reality thanks to ever advancing technology. With a tech savvy spirit, Tel Aviv is a great place for another installment of this groundbreaking patent. My name is Tomer Shlush, and I've been guiding tours in Tel Aviv since 2008. I started out of fascination with my family history. The Shlush family was one of the founding families of Tel Aviv. My ancestors built this city, and I'm telling its story. The best way to get to know Tel Aviv better is by purchasing one of my audio tours. Here's one way to do just that. Located just a short walk from the sea and the vibrant flea market area, Elmina Boutique Hotel in Jaffa provides the perfect base for exploring all the attractions featured in my old Jaffa audio tour. This architectural gem was constructed over a century ago during the Ottoman period as a private residence for wealthy nobility. Stepping through Elmina's stone archways, the name means port in Arabic, Elmina, is reminiscent of when Jaffa was a flourishing port city surrounded by orange groves. The building's classic skeleton was masterfully preserved, while the contemporary flair is well felt within the establishment. Elmina's crowning glory is its breathtaking rooftop with vistas not to be missed. After a well-deserved sleep, you can head out first thing in the morning to the famous Jaffa Clock Tower to start my audio tour of Old Jaffa. Old Jaffa stands as a mesmerizing time capsule where characters from different eras have left their mark, from Alexander the Great to Napoleon Bonaparte. My circular walking tour takes you on a journey through this ancient port city's most captivating corners, starting near the iconic clock tower and weaving through its beautifully preserved alleyways. Along this hour-long route, you'll discover archaeological findings from the time of the pharaohs, explore the artist's quarter, and learn how my own family helped modernize Jaffa and usher it into modernity. The tour guides you to Andromeda's rocks, where I'll share the Greek mythology connected to these ancient formations, and then to the Wishing Bridge, where tradition invites you to make a wish while overlooking the Mediterranean. You'll reach the highest point in Old Jaffa, looking at Tel Aviv's coastline, decipher the symbolic elements adorning St. Peter's Church, and even see the famous suspended orange tree that continues to grow despite being uprooted. As we near the end of our route, you'll have the opportunity to explore Jaffa's flea market. You can make sure you've downloaded my Old Jaffa audio tour before you head out, or you can download it on the go if you're set with a data package allowing for uninterrupted internet access. There is a link in the show notes to purchase my audio tour, Old Jaffa's Secrets, a circular tour from the Clock Tower to Yefet Street. If you have any questions, you'll find all the ways to contact me on telaviv.tours. Tel Aviv is one word, no space, no hyphen, and there's a link in the show notes for your digital convenience. Starting January 1st, 2025, visitors to Israel are navigating a significant change in entry requirements. Tourists arriving from countries exempt from visas must now obtain an ETA-IL form approval before their journey. This new electronic travel authorization enables Israeli authorities to review passenger data in advance, streamlining the entry process while enhancing security measures. Similar to systems already implemented in the United States, Canada, and Australia, the ETA-IL helps prevent situations where passengers might face entry refusal upon arrival. It costs 25 shekels, about $7 to fill out the ETA-IL form. If you're planning a trip to Israel, complete this simple online process through the official government portal to avoid any travel complications. I put a link in the show notes for you to follow. Though a bit of a nuisance, the ETA-IL is nothing compared to how hard it was to get to the land of Israel back in the day. For thousands of years, one of the only ways into the Holy Land by sea was through the Jaffa port. It was considered very risky on account of the rocks. After Tel Aviv was established, the first Jewish city in modern times wanted a port of its own. As tensions between Jews and Arabs in Mandatory Palestine grew, the British authorities finally allowed Tel Aviv City Council to establish a new port, the first Hebrew port in modern times, operated by Jewish workers. The Tel Aviv port grew to be the entry point for many Jewish people who returned to their ancestral homeland. After the establishment of the State of Israel, more than 1 million newcomers disembarked from ships anchored at the Tel Aviv port. As more and more people were traveling by air rather than by sea, and a new, much larger port was opened in the southern part of Israel, in 1965 the Tel Aviv port was shut down. The Namal port in Hebrew saw decades of neglect, but thankfully this waterfront area has been brilliantly reimagined as a fancy entertainment area with many attractions for all ages. Here's a short visitor's guide to the Tel Aviv port. One of the key features of the Namal is the ingenious redesign which helped transform what was once a declining industrial zone into Tel Aviv's most popular attraction, drawing millions of visitors annually. Walking along the wooden deck promenade with its wave-like patterns, you'll immediately understand why this space received national and international landscape architecture awards. The port area is filled with Instagram-worthy installations echoing the local identity. Near the central sandbox encapsulating the sand dunes on top of which the city was founded back in 1909, you'll find an iconic sign with the city's name written in a sophisticated form, T and E, then a heart symbol, followed by I and V. Try visualizing it, and you'll understand the meaning. Te, Lav, Iv. Tel Aviv. It's a funny photo spot that celebrates the city's inclusive love is love spirit against the backdrop of the Mediterranean Sea. Come at sunset for a more romantic scene and take a selfie as the sun sets into the cool waters behind you. Not far from there stands an historic crane. 80 years after it was put in place, this one of its kind in Israel underwent restoration and is now a centerpiece of the Tel Aviv port. This industrial relic from when the port was operational is used today for creative photos and prank videos in which people create the optical illusion of being lifted by the crane. For families visiting the port, the first Hebrew carousel offers a delightful journey through Israeli nostalgia. Unlike typical merry-go-rounds, this uniquely designed attraction features iconic Israeli symbols from the 1950s and 60s, such as chasake, a flat surfboard used by Israeli lifeguards patrolling the sea waves to monitor swimmers. Vespa scooters used by young Israelis as they were adopting a more Western lifestyle, and a nostalgic milk truck. As beloved Israeli songs play in the background, both children and adults can enjoy this charming cultural experience, teleporting you back to the time that the port was still in operation. What's particularly remarkable about the Tel Aviv port is how this successful urban renewal project has preserved elements of the area's industrial heritage while creating a thoroughly modern space for leisure and entertainment. The original port buildings have been thoughtfully restored, maintaining their historical significance while accommodating contemporary uses. One hangar is now used for music performances, hosting large crowds, and several hangars now house top fashion brands. The port area offers an excellent selection of waterfront restaurants and cafes where you can savor fresh Mediterranean cuisine while watching the waves crash against the pier. During daytime hours, especially on weekends, families with children of all ages enjoy the various playgrounds and open spaces, while fashion enthusiasts explore the shops housed in the renovated hangars. As evening approaches, the port transforms into one of Tel Aviv's premier nightlife destinations, with restaurants, bars, and clubs filling with locals and tourists alike. The site also serves as a wellness and lifestyle hub, so don't be surprised to see people jogging or practicing yoga in public. I recommend checking online for special events held at the port. Apart from the farmers market, which happens there every Friday from morning till afternoon, the port holds special events from time to time. Israelis from the greater Tel Aviv area flock to this open-air venue, while hardcore Tel Avivians are a bit more hesitant, some claiming the port is a bit too pedestrian for their taste. Thanks for listening, and you'll hear from me again when the next episode comes out next week. Until then, I am Tel Aviv tour guide Tomer Shlush signing off and hoping to see you soon in Tel Aviv.